All right, so we are in rational functions, which is our 7th unit, looking at inverses of functions, specifically rational functions. So we're going to find the inverse of the function y equals x squared. So right here, we're just going to fix this and make it y equals x squared. So our basic premise is to switch the x and the y values. So here we're going to switch this out and make this x equals y squared, switching the variables. And so to unsquare this y, we need to take the square root. So we get that y is equal to the square root of x as my inverse function by switching them back. If we look here, we have a table, and the table helps us find our values for x and for y, and then we graph it. So the parabola y equals x squared would normally look like this. And then if we are going to graph the inverse, we're going to plot it and do a reflection along the line y equals x, and it would end up being this sideways parabola here as my inverse. So I'm going to fix a couple formatting errors here. So f to the negative 1 of x means f inverse of x. So if the function is f of x, then its inverse function is f inverse of x. So my exponent is negative 1 to represent an inverse. So here are instructions or directions to find the inverse of a function. So change the f of x to y, switch the x and the y variables, and then solve the new equation for y. Something to think about, the function's inverse may or may not be a function. We're going to look in a minute and see how we can tell if the inverse is going to be a function.